I'm Roberta Muir and I'm here today with my friend Simon Goh at Chinta Ria, Buddha Love.
Thank you, Robbie.
What are we going to make today, Simon?
Roti.
Roti. Now you've been making roti for a little while, haven't you?
Yes, since 1988.
1988. So
long
if
time.
anyone can tell you how to nail this classic Malaysian dish, it's this man.
Thank you.
Tell us what to do, Simon.
Okay, we need plain flour. The cheapest plain flour that you can get, okay? So we have some here, right? And then we'll mix it up with some sugar, some salt, all right, and water. Now, when we're making this, Robbie, very important that you just keep kneading it with your hands, okay? And then just keep pouring, okay?
Now you were saying to me this was real peasant food, right,
Yes,
Simon?
that's right. So it doesn't really matter if you are pouring. I mean, you know, well, I've been making this for a long time, so I'm just doing an estimation here, right? But
your recipe will have the right measurements,
that's right.
But Simon does it by eye.
By eye, that's right. So what I'll do is I'll just pour enough, and then I'll put some milk in it. Okay. Now, I'll be kneading now. Okay. So look, it's very moist and watery. It doesn't really matter. Once you get it, like if you put a lot more water, it becomes easier to knead, right?
Okay.
But somehow it becomes really mushy, right? Look at
then
that.
you need more flour?
Then you add flour, okay? So when I'm doing it, I'm doing a lot of by my eye and my feel, all right? So look at that, okay? So what I'll do is I'll just put a bit more flour, and then I'll knead it, okay?
Hopefully you won't have to go back and forth with the flour and
Yeah,
water
yeah, yeah,
because
that's right.
the quantities in your recipe
Correct.
should be right.
Yeah. So what you do then, you start kneading, okay?
Okay.
And when you knead, and I always make a point, right? When I'm kneading, I'm always going to make it tidy.
Is that because you're
Yeah.
a tidy person, Simon?
Because I'm a Virgo.
Okay. Now, is this something you grew up making, or is it something you started making for Chinta?
Well, something I started making at Chinta because, you know, back in the 80s, you know, I mean, Malaysian restaurant, we had a few Malaysian restaurants then, but not many. And many of the ingredients that we were trying to use in Malaysian restaurants, right? I know I came from Melbourne, was a bit of scarcity. So we have to start making things ourselves.
Right.
So roti was one of the things that I thought, well, it's a very popular item, menu item. And to make it successful, you've got to have roti. So I learned how to make roti those days. So I was making roti, let me tell you, 365 days. You know, I started making roti usually when we have a break in the restaurant from 2 o'clock or 2:30 to 5 o'clock.
Wow.
Every
so
day.
between lunch and dinner service.
Correct. I did it every day for 3 years.
Right.
It's a
Well,
long,
this is why I say you're the roti expert.
Yeah.
And I remember when you brought Chinta to Sydney. When was that? About
1998.
98?
So 10 years later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your roti became legendary.
Oh, thank you, Robbie. Okay, look at that. See? So you can see the smoothness coming through. Okay. Now, very important tip when you're making roti, right? When you're kneading, always remember you have to be in a very positive mood. That means you have to have some beautiful jazz music playing behind the background. And what I do is I usually tend to just knead it and meditate, okay? Because you have to remember one thing. The body, the hands, the palms are transmitting your energy. And that energy, if your body is not in a very good frame, will get it very heated up. And when you are kneading it, then you will get very disappointed.
And with any dough, you want to keep it as cold as possible.
Yeah, yeah. So to do that, you have to be very calm.
Okay.
All right. There you go.
Now I notice you're kneading just with one hand. Is that just because you're holding the bowl, or is it better just with one hand?
Yeah. Well, I knead with one hand. Yeah,
Okay.
one hand. Okay. Now this is almost there. Now we have actually prepared one that has been done, right? So to make it easier. So there you go.
You need to knead that for about 6 minutes,
Yeah,
don't
6
you,
minutes,
to really
that's right.
get it to
That's
this
right.
shape.
Correct.
But that would be pretty boring for
Yeah.
us to watch, so
That's
I'm going to
right.
swap that out.
Yep. And I'll show you. So this is one that's been kneaded. Okay, been left to set. There you go. That's how it looks like. All right.
Okay.
Now we have to come to the process now of making roti. Okay. So after kneading, it will look like this. So after doing it, so what happens is then we leave it for resting. Okay.
2 or 3 hours?
2 or 3 hours.
Yeah.
And then after resting, we have to squeeze it out into little balls.
Okay.
So
now,
this is how we're going to squeeze
no,
it.
this is how you do it.
Okay, this is how I do it. Okay, it's quite simple. Again, it's very therapeutic. There you go. See, you just squeeze it out. Squeeze it out. So you keep squeezing it out. So once you squeeze it out, after squeezing, I then rub my palms, my hands with butter. Now, the only reason why I'm doing it is so that I can insulate that dough. Okay, there you go.
And you said traditionally they would have used ghee for this, didn't
Yeah,
you?
they use ghee. That's right, they use ghee. Because remembering, roti is peasants' food. Okay, it's not meant to be a very, but we make it classic. Like anything in life, simplicity is good. Okay, there you go. So once we seal it, we let it rest for a little while.
Another 2 or 3 hours?
Another 2 or 3
rest
hours.
overnight at this stage?
Yeah, you can. You can just put it in the cover it up, put it on the tray, cover it up, and put it in the fridge.
So we'll let it rest and
Yeah,
then we'll
and
come
then-
back and roll it out.
Correct. That's right.
Okay.
Now we have the dough that's been rested, greased up, and now we're gonna start playing games with that. Okay? We're gonna. Now I like using my marble table for it. Okay? Because I can grease my marble table.
Is that also because it stays nice and cold?
Correct, that's right. See, the surface is very cold. Right? Now, if you're at home, if you have just a normal table, that's fine. All right? But just be very, very careful when we are going to be throwing it. All right? So what we're going to do now is, so this is, I've got to stretch it out. Okay? I stretch it out by using the palm. Right? This part of it. All right?
Could
So
you use a rolling pin?
You can.
It's not as much fun.
It's not as much fun. Remember, don't put too much oil on the table, okay? I'll tell you why. Because we'll be flipping it now. See? We'll be flipping it, flipping it.
And that
So
oil's gonna go everywhere.
the longer you actually let it rest, it will open up a bit better, okay? There you go. See?
You make it look easy, Simon.
Yeah, no. Actually, this should be opening up a little bit more, okay? But, so what we'll do is, we're just going to stretch it now.
Like making phyllo
Yeah,
pastry
that's
or
right.
strudel dough.
Yeah, so
now,
we stretch
even
it.
the master's got a couple of tears in there,
Yeah.
so we shouldn't feel too
No,
bad
they
if ours
shouldn't.
tears
That's
a little
right, that's
bit.
right.
Thank you for making that deliberate
Yeah, there you
mistake
go.
to make us feel
There you
better.
go, see? It's translucent, transparent, okay? Alright, we'll keep stretching it,
But I think
alright?
this might require a little bit of patience and meditation too.
Yeah, that's right, see? Alright. So any time when you see a little bit more doughy, you tend to want to stretch it, okay? Because it's meant to be really thin, but don't forget, the ones that we normally get on the street side in Malaysia, it's not meant to be that thin. So what I'll do is, I'll just sprinkle a little bit, and then I'll start folding it into a little square, and then pull the edges. Alright, there you go. Then you cook it on the tray.
Perfect.
Oh, on the pan. All right?
On the pan.
Yeah, on the pan. All right.
Okay, let's
Okay,
go.
let's do it. Okay.
Let's cook.
Okay.
So Simon, we're going to cook this on a barbecue, on a flat barbecue plate.
Correct,
If we
correct.
don't have a barbecue,
Oh, you can use any pan at home, but
Okay.
make sure that it's hot. Okay.
heat's
Yeah,
key.
heat's key because we just got to put it on and let it, start searing
Okay.
very
Show
quickly.
me how
all
it's
right.
done.
Okay. Okay. So what we do is to lift it up from the edges. All right. There you go. Okay, leave it on as it is. And then, you can sprinkle some oil if you like, just to get it a bit greased up. But I think this is fine. When at home, you can use a spatula, or you can use your hands, or you can use a ladle.
It's peasant food. We
Yeah,
improvise,
that's right,
right?
that's right.
We use whatever we
Yeah.
have.
Okay.
And that's
So it's
starting to
simmering.
puff up quite
So
well.
what I'll do is I'll turn it around. See?
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe you can use a spatula
Yeah.
at home. So Simon, sometimes when you've made this for me, you put an egg inside.
Correct.
Right?
That's right. You can use an egg, or you can put minced meat. And then
Okay.
if you use minced meat, you call it
Murtabak.
That's
okay.
correct, yeah.
And with the egg, it's roti telur.
roti telur.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they would be breakfast dishes typically
Yes,
in Malaysia?
that's right. That's right. It is.
Okay. I love
Okay?
the version with
Yeah.
egg. In fact,
So
I love
now-
roti with everything.
Yeah. So smoky. So we just let it cook a bit more, okay? Yeah.
And if we were going to put an egg inside it, the
Yeah.
egg goes in the middle before we fold it. Is
Correct,
that correct?
that's right. Turn it down because I think that side is okay. Okay, so this is the cooked roti, and what we're going to do now is going to fluff it. So you fluff it on the side, it becomes flaky. There you go. So that is the roti. You can pull it out.
The fluffing's my second favourite
There
part.
you go.
And can
There
I
you
do my
go.
favourite part?
There you go.
Thank you. Okay, so Simon, what do we call the people that eat with us?
Makan kakis.
Makan kaki, our eating
Yeah.
buddies. So thank you for being our makan kaki. Let's eat together and enjoy.
Selamat makan.
Thank you, Simon.
My pleasure.